Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while. Yeah, I've just been taking it easy. The last few weeks of my paternity leave are kind of up. I've been easing back into work. I'm a full-time software engineer, so just kind of been diving back into that and adjusting to doing that as a new father now. I'm taking a little bit of time with family, but back here with another video today. I got some wheel spacers in. Right now I'm just out. I'm gonna grab a quick Red Bull. Super tired. Had a kind of long day so far, and I need a little bit of energy to get these spacers and everything on, so let me go take care of that, and then I will take you guys back to the garage after I go upstairs, grab my jack, pull that all the way down to the garage, and then we'll get these wheel spacers on and see how much better the Quadrifoglio looks with a little bit better offset. Alright, I'm still feeling these watermelon Red Bulls. The yellow's pretty good too, but oh man, the watermelon's so good. And they made it it's not seasonal anymore. I think it's just around now, which is pretty sick. Alright, so I'm just going to drive back home and we'll get the spacers, we'll throw those on the car, and I'll show you kind of the before and after. We'll see if these are the spacers that I want, or if I want to make some adjustments and go a little bit wider on some of them. So let's get home and do that now before it gets too dark. Alright, so we're back in the garage and I'm already super sweaty because, well, I have to grab this jack and bring it over from my unit, which is not actually in the same building that I park in. So it's just a heavy jack, it's annoying, and it's super hot down here. So here's what I'm doing today. So I have these 5mm wheel spacers that I got from Alfissimo International. Actually going to be working with Alfissimo a lot more soon. I've been talking to Jason over at Alfissimo quite a bit, and I think it'd be a really good collaboration for me to show you more of what they offer as a factory and OEM parts supplier. As well as supplying some of the aftermarket. If I think about what's on my car that I've already ordered from them, my steering wheel was the first thing that I bought for this car. These spacers, obviously, I have a black Giulia badge that'll go on the back of the car, and I've ordered at least one other thing that I can't think of right now from them. Yeah, really excited about this partnership and this collaboration, so expect more from both of us going forward. This is just kind of the first in a series of collaborations. So looking at these wheel spacers, I have 4 5mm wheel spacers. These are going to go on the car. I've got the extended lug bolts that come with those, lug nuts that come with, lug bolts that come with those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jack up the car. There's a jack point on either side of the car. I've already got it in position on this side. So I'm just going to lift the car up. Well, I'm going to break these wheels loose, and then I'm going to lift the car up. I'm going to throw the spacers on the front, then I'll do the back, and we'll kind of see the difference. I'm going to do the right side for this video. I'll do the left side off video, and then I'll be able to show you a comparison just of what it looked like before and after. Alright, so here's that front off, and yeah, I'm just going to grab that spacer, throw that on. So, pretty straightforward, just going to go on like that. And you see we're really only adding this tiny 5mm, but I know that's going to help on the rear. We'll see how it does up front. so here's what that looks like with the front done. So we're not like flush, but it's not bad. It's better. It's less sunken in. If we compare that to the other side. You know, modest improvement. So again, this is 5mm up front. It's better, but I feel like 8, something like 8, 7 or 8 is probably best. Okay, so now with the front done, let's go ahead and come around here to the back, and I'll do the back real quick. Okay, so I actually went ahead and got working on this rear. You can see behind me the person who parks next to me pulled up, so they sat in their car listening to like a podcast or something for a little while, and I just didn't want to record over their audio and also give them a little privacy too. So yeah, I've broken this loose. I'm going to pull off this rear wheel now. We'll throw the spacer on the back, and then I'll compare the back two sides, the side with and without the spacer. So let me finish that up now. That's weird, this hub is kind of dinged up. I can't imagine why, like, no one's really doing anything on this car, but it is, so. I just remembered what the other important thing was that I bought from Alfissimo, which is the ST springs that I loaded the car with. So as I'm looking in here, I got that yellow sticking out of me, and that's what reminded me. So that's it. I basically gotten everything on this Quadrifoglio from Jason, and it's been a great experience. So okay, back to wrapping this up. Rear's looking really good. Yeah. That's exactly where I want the rear, so really cool. Okay, so a lot of people do 5mm on the rear. Having put those on this car, I can say, yeah, 5 in the back is great. Now the front, I'm not as sure about, so let's just look at the whole package. I'll show you the rear on both sides, but let me show you the front and the back. So, let's do the front first. Actually, let's do before. So, here's the before. It may not come across great on the camera, but you can kind of see it's a little sunken in here. I'm gonna grab focus, and then we'll. So, you know, a little sunken in, it could be better. On this side. Again, the front. Grab focus. Still sunken in, a little bit less, so definitely an improvement, but I think we can get a few more millimeters just to kind of close this gap up here, up. Now, go back to the rear. Here is the before. Alright, so, you know, sunken in a little. This is about as close as I can get to the car. Just needs a little bit of adjustment back here to get that perfect fitment. Now if I look at the rear, that's perfect. much better. So this is how the car is looking now with the ST lowering springs, and 5mm in the rear and 5mm up front. These springs will settle for a minute because the car was just jacked up, but yeah, that looks a lot better. The rear though, it's definitely better. So I think a little bit more up front would be great. I'll play around with that. I'm going to run the 5mm for a little while because I think it's good. And either, yeah, I don't know, it's hard to say. Let's see. I'm either going to just wait until I buy wheels and then we'll do something with the front, or maybe I'll look at getting like an 8mm spacer somewhere. I actually don't know that any of the parts suppliers carry anything that would be less than a 10mm and more than a 5, so might have to play around with that, might have to try to get some custom made, but most likely what I'll do is I'll just run these as is. This is fine. It's an improvement over where we were. And then whenever I get wheels, I'll make sure the offset is adjusted so that I don't need to run spacers at all, and we should be good there. So